Hi, it's Jenny.
And Daniel.
And tonight we are here for another Disneyland After Dark event. Tonight it is Grad Night Reunion.
We're super excited to attend this event and share with you all what it has to offer. This is a special ticketed event that is separate from regular park admission. We just scanned our event tickets at the front gate and we got our event credentials. We also got event guide maps. So I think we're gonna look at the map and see what looks like fun, share everything that is being offered tonight, and try and figure out what it is that we want to actually attend and show everybody.
Yeah, this is a brand new event. They've never done this exact theme before, so we're a little unsure of what to expect, but we're excited to see what they have to offer. We're especially excited to see our friends Suburban Legends performing in person for the first time in, I think it's been about 3 years, they said. So yeah, we're really excited. This event officially starts at 8 p.m. and goes until midnight. However, with this ticket you can get into Disney California Adventure as early as 5 p.m. So if you're looking to do one of these events, instead of purchasing a single day ticket, they can be a really great option as the crowds are really low and there's a lot of special characters and special entertainment that you can only find at these events.
We noticed as we were getting onto the parking lot trams from the Mickey and Friends parking structure that they still had signs saying that tickets were still available. That means we think that it's not going to be terribly crowded, so these events are really a great time. If you don't want to buy a regular day admission, you can come and go on pretty much all of the rides during the event hours and not have to wait very long for them. We're going to take you on a tour now through the event guide. Opening it up, you see that there is a map of California Adventure Park, and it shows where all of the special food locations are, where you can meet characters, where some of the special photograph locations are, and that's a good resource to see where everything's going to be throughout the course of the event.
They also have a list of all the different special foods that are exclusive to this event, and they even have some photos, which is really helpful. And when you first open the event map, it does list some of the specific characters that are going to be out, but I'm most excited for the characters that they don't really list specifically. So they just say which Disney villain is lurking in detention, come see. So I'm really excited to see who that might be and what that setup is going to look like. They're also going to have Professor Ludwig von Drake or the Aristocats. Both are super rare characters and you don't often see them at Disneyland. In fact, I don't think I've ever seen Professor Ludwig von Drake in person.
It looks like for entertainment, there's going to be, as we mentioned already, one of our favorite bands, Suburban Legends. It also says there's a couple of dance parties and celebrations at different places throughout the park. And something that I'm particularly excited for is there is a pep rally, and it looks like it's basically a small parade that goes throughout the park from one end to the other. And it's probably the most different and unique entertainment offering that they have tonight. Also of note, PhotoPass photos are included with the price of admission. We've still got a little bit of time before the event officially starts. We've already mobile ordered some of the food items that we want to try, so that's I think the first thing we're going to do at 8 p.m. Come join us as we explore everything Disneyland After Dark Grad Night Reunion has to offer. The event hasn't started yet, but we are walking down Buena Vista Street towards Hollywoodland and Avengers Campus and checking out all the sites that are around. At the end of the street is where one of the dance party celebrations is going to be. Back over here between the Hollywood Lounge and the Studio Catering Company food truck, there is a yellow school bus photo op, which looks cool. We'll have to come back later and check that out. Over here next to the Hyperion Theater, there is 6 decade-specific photo holder walls where you can step into the scene. So it's basically Grad Night tickets through the decades. So they have this set up where you walk all the way to the back here, and we're still here before the event starts, and then you pick which one you want to take a picture with. And then you go down the appropriate row, and then you take your picture down at the other end. So very well organized, and I'm sure once it gets crowded, this is really going to help out a lot. Over here by Pacific Wharf Cafe, they have a karaoke party.
And you will all survive if you sign up for karaoke. That's right, we'll make sure of it, everybody. It's fun. It's your Grad Night Reunion. It's going to be a good time, everyone.
As we already mentioned, we mobile ordered our food before the event started, so we were able to pick it up pretty close to 8 p.m. in order to minimize waiting in line at the different restaurants we got our food from. So we got stuff from Flo's V8 Cafe, we got stuff from Pacific Wharf Cafe, and we got something from Pym Test Kitchen. So the 3 items that we got are the Motown meatloaf, which is meatloaf, cheddar cheese, grilled onion, and Thousand Island dressing on toasted bread served with steak fries. The next item that we got is gnarly spinach artichoke dip from Pacific Wharf Cafe. It's spinach artichoke dip in a mini bread bowl served with celery and carrot. And the last thing that we got is the Pumpkin Spiced Cold Brew. It is a pumpkin spiced cold brew coffee with spiced oat milk and sweet cream.
So I'm going to be trying the Pumpkin Spiced Cold Brew from Pym's Test Kitchen. Let's see. So it's supposed to have pumpkin spice flavor and some oat milk foam. I'm not sure if it had either of those things in it. There's like the faintest hint of cinnamon, and otherwise it's just a normal cold brew coffee. So it doesn't have that exciting flavor that I was hoping for, but it's still fine. I mean, it's gonna keep me awake throughout the night, so that's really what I wanted the most.
In a second here, I'm gonna dig into the Motown Meatloaf Sandwich. We've got the meatloaf there, looks nice and juicy. There's some onion and cheddar cheese on top. There's Thousand Island dressing here on the bottom, and it looks pretty good, so I'll give it a try. Okay, so that was my 3rd bite of it. The first 2 bites had little pieces of gristle in it, and it wasn't good with that in there. But now that I've tried a bite that doesn't have gristle, I think this is amazing. I really like this. If they could do this and make this a regular menu item, I think it would be a big hit. One of the things that's frustrating to me is that these events sometimes have really great food items, and you can only get them at the events, and I get it because they want it to be event exclusive, but you get it, you try it, and then you never see it again.
Now we're gonna try the gnarly spinach artichoke dip. And what I really like about this so far is that it comes in this mini bread bowl. There used to be a soup that they would serve, I believe, at Food and Wine Festival that came in these mini bread bowls, and they're such a great idea. They have bread bowls here. They're sourdough bread bowls, and they're really good, but they're so big, and so the mini ones are great. So I'm excited to see them using the mini bread bowls again, and fingers crossed that's something they put on the regular menu again. That's really good. It's a nice, creamy, it's almost like an Alfredo sauce, and then it's got that spinach artichoke. It's salty. It's like almost spicy too, but it's really good.
Yeah, that's incredibly delicious. It's a little on the salty side, but it's not bad. When Jenny said it was spicy, I agree. It's got like red pepper flakes or something in there that gives it a little bit of a kick, but it's noticeable, but it's not very strong, and it goes away pretty quickly. So that's good. This is another one of those things that I love to see on a menu somewhere here at the resort, where it's so good. Everyone loves a spinach artichoke dip, so I don't know why they haven't done this earlier or why it's not a permanent fixture. And then going off of Jenny's idea, Disneyland, if you're listening to me, do a soup bowl flight, where instead of doing one large bread bowl with a soup, you can get 2 or 3 mini bread bowls with 2 or 3 different soups. That would be a big hit, and people would love that. Just want to show everyone, it's 8:38 right now, so the event's been underway for 38 minutes, and as you can see here, the wait times are all pretty short. So like Radiator Springs Racers, 40 minutes. That's really short for it. You'd never see it that short during a regular park operating day. As you can see here, Incredicoaster 25, Toy Story Midway Mania is at 20, the Ferris wheel's at 25, Goofy Sky School is at 40, so that's a little bit longer. Coming up here, Soarin' is 15. Guardians is 90. That's actually a little longer than I would have expected it, but I imagine it'll die down as the event goes on. Web Slingers, 30 minutes. So as we mentioned before, these events, if you don't really care much for the rest of the offerings at the event, they're a great way to go on most of the rides with very little wait.
The one thing to keep in mind with events like these is that the park closed at 8 and the event started at 8 technically. So there was no sort of break time to separate the two. So there still may be guests in line from before the event started, and so that's probably why some of those lines are a bit longer, but the lines will definitely go down throughout the evening. I have no doubt.
We're gonna finish up our meal, and then in not too long, we're gonna go head over to Corn Dog Castle, where they have a weird fried peanut butter and jelly thing with a glass of milk, which sounded very weird and really delicious. So we'll go check that out in a few minutes. We're gonna try this. It is the Holla deep fried PB&J. I think it's supposed to be Holla, like what we used to say way back when. I don't know. It is a deep fried PB&J dusted in cinnamon sugar and topped with strawberry jelly, and it came with a low-fat milk.
All right, so this is super messy, so I did my best to kind of cut it in half. It looks like it's filled with peanut butter, and it might have some jelly on the inside too. So that's really, really good. It's really intense. I think maybe I could eat like one more bite of it, but it's like super fried, crunchy dough with cinnamon on the outside, and then it's just filled with peanut butter and some jelly, but all you really taste is the peanut butter. So this is really good, but way too messy to have, I'd say, on a normal day.
So this is really good, really rich, creative. It was very reasonable for what it was, and it came with a milk. So the price was worth it, and it's really good. It's just, we can only eat a couple bites of it before it's too much. Over here are all of the Aristocats. At 9 o'clock, starting at the Paradise Gardens area, is the pep rally. There's one at 9, 10, and 11. We assume it alternates directions, but we were told by a cast member that it starts at this end for the 9 p.m. showing.
That's when the heavens will part and maybe shower you with my love. Open your eyes, your heart can tell you no lies. And when you're true to your heart, I know it's gonna lead you straight to true to your heart. You must be true to your heart. That's when the heavens will part and maybe shower you with my love.
So we've been running around to make sure that we're able to see everything that we can, and we just finished watching the little pep rally parade for the second time, and I gotta say, I was very unimpressed with it. I did not think it was good at all. I feel like it was one of those things where they had a cute idea, but it just wasn't executed very well. You had the All-American College Band walking along, not really playing most of the time, just doing a drum line. Behind that was a glee club with Powerline Max on the stage. That was actually really cool, but it went by so fast you could hardly see him.
He also they weren't singing Eye to Eye when they went past us, and I don't know if they did it at a different point in the parade, but we did stand in two slightly different spots and they still kind of sang the same couple songs. The issue that we had too was the sound was just not loud enough. And so by the end of the parade, there was no music for the parade dancers. So they were great. The cast members performing were giving it their all, and they were really excited and really trying to hype up the crowd, but it was just totally silent. So it was really awkward.
The only music, if you will, was from whatever noise the band was making, which most of the time was just a drum beat or drum line. So there wasn't any music piped in over the speakers. The Glee Club that was on that float, they were singing along to the drum line, but they were almost drowned out most of the time by the drums. I don't know what they were thinking, but it really wasn't good.
And to be honest, we have seen a lot of parades and a lot of special events here before, and we recognized all of the costumes and things that they had pulled out for this. So instead of creating something unique where, you know, maybe all the characters in their cap and gown were together, or giving them even a brand new wardrobe just for the one night for this event, it really felt like they had just kind of pulled out whatever they had on hand.
So that was a flop. But we've been having fun with some of the other stuff that we've been doing. So we did see a Suburban Legends concert. So we'll have that posted up, so you can click on the link in the corner to see that full set from Suburban Legends. This was their first time performing in almost 3 years, as we said earlier, so it was really nice to see them on a stage again. They used to perform at Grad Night many, many years ago, and throughout the Disneyland Resort pretty regularly up until everything shut down at the beginning of 2020.
They actually said too that they had never performed together here in DCA, so this was a first for them.
We'll show you some footage from that show right now. It was a great show.
Make some noise for the horn section! Clap your hands!
Over here, beneath the Silly Symphony Swings, is where you can enter to take your Magic Key special photo opportunity.
And welcome to our Goofy Photo Studio.
Thank you.
You are going to go over that way and the lady will scan your barcode. And remember, the first rule for this photo studio is get goofy.
That was really cool. That was a fun little photo op, and they took 3 pictures from a fancy thing with a green screen behind it. And Jenny, show them what we got.
They gave us little photos like you would get in a photo booth, like at the mall or at a prom or whatever. So that was really cute. It's funny too because we were talking about it. We were like, we don't get a button or anything, but you do. You get a little thing of photos as your souvenir. So I actually like this a lot better than another button.
Over here is Goofy in his graduation cap and gown.
I got the specialty churro from the cart over by Goofy's Sky School. This is the Bling Bling cereal churro, I believe. So it is a churro covered in chocolate powder, and then it has a nice mixture of a whole bunch of different cereals on it. It looks really yummy, and I'm excited to try it. Yeah, that's really good. It's a delicious churro, and it has cereal all over it. So who doesn't love that?
The Aristocats were here earlier, and now Ludwig von Drake is here. Over here in Cars Land, you can take dance lessons. We are making our way over to Hollywoodland to check out some of the stuff that wasn't open when we first got here before the event started. So we're going to check out the dance party that should be open now, and we are going to check out that school bus photo, see if we can get that photo. As we walk by the Guardians of the Galaxy ride, you can see that the wait is only 20 minutes, so the wait times have gone down considerably. Back behind us is the dance party stage in Hollywoodland. Fun beats, fun music, fun times. There are a lot of people over there dancing and enjoying themselves, so it's the dance party. Over here at the entrance to Cars Land, you can find Mater in his graduation cap. All right, we are all done with Disneyland After Dark Grad Night Reunion 2022.
I would say of all the After Dark events that we have been to, it's definitely not the best. We did still have a really good time, and I'd say that the food was really good too. They had some really nice options that were just yummy.
I agree with Jenny. The food, I think, was the highlight of this event. I really enjoyed that meatloaf sandwich once I got through the gristle. It was one of the best meals I've had here at Disneyland from a quick service restaurant. And that's the sourdough mini bread bowl with the spinach artichoke dip was also really good.
It was so good.
The churro Jenny got, I know I didn't try it on camera, but it was really good too. I mean, we didn't try anything that was bad. I mean, obviously we sought out the stuff that sounded better, but everything was really good and we really enjoyed it. So that was definitely a hit for this event. It felt a lot less crowded than the other Disneyland After Dark events. So part of that was, I think, because less people wanted to come because the offerings weren't quite as exciting as what the other After Dark events offered. But at the same time, that did allow for a little more enjoyment. The photo ops all seemed to have shorter lines than other events. The ride times, we checked them a little bit throughout the event, all seemed to be shorter than the other After Dark events. And it was a lot easier to move around. It felt less crowded, so it felt like you could actually do everything at this event. We felt like we did everything, and we watched Suburban Legends twice, full set. So whether you consider that a good thing because you got to do everything, or whether you consider that a bad thing because there wasn't quite as much to do, is kind of up to you to decide. But overall, I mean, definitely had a fun time, but at the same time, this didn't seem to be up to the same high quality standard as the other After Dark events.
Yeah, it definitely felt like the lack of coherent theme was very apparent. I mean, you kind of had this like grad night theme, but it was only for some of the characters, and then it didn't really extend very well to the entertainment itself. So I don't know. I think that's part of it too, is, looking back, Star Wars Night had such a solid theme. It was, a love of Star Wars. And Sweethearts Night was really fun because everything was kind of about couples and Valentine's Day. And this was just kind of like retro, some retro stuff, but then also like things that just kind of appealed to millennials. So it was a little bit all over the place.
Let us know in the comments down below what you thought of the event, what parts you thought were cool, what parts you thought maybe Disney could have done better. Just in general, let us know your thoughts down below. If you enjoyed this video, please give it a big thumbs up.
And be sure to subscribe for even more magical content.
And we hope we put you in a magical mood.